Hey guys, so today I just want to do a little bit of a talk of why I really don't like YouTube that much. Um, and it has nothing to do with YouTube, it's what works for me. So I'm not blaming YouTube. I think it's actually amazing the things that we can do on it. And I'm so thankful that we have that now because I remember days where, unless you had a dictionary or some kind of information to get to something, it was really hard to just look up information like you can nowadays. So here's my issue with it is I'm a very passionate person, and YouTube a lot of times can be built more around what's flashy, what draws in more people's attention, posting things that aren't really true, things to sucker you in to get you to watch the video, different things like that. So it messes with how I feel like I deliver my message. And I am very passionate about you guys and about my own life, so I really need to display that. So the 1, 2, 3 of dieting is just not the way I work. Or in that self-help, like follow A, B, C, D, and you will have these results, because that's absolutely not true. And I just kind of believe, like, I've had to watch so much TV since this stupid thing. My parents, I think it's HGTV or whatever my parents watch, which we like flipping homes and things like that and rental properties. It's just what my family does on the side for income. And so basically, a lot of times, like, I was taught as a kid, my dad would go get a new home, like, Dad, like, don't buy this thing. He's like, okay, well, see this house? All right, imagine if we redid the countertops. Imagine if I took this wall out. How's this going to look? And I remember thinking as a kid, I'm like, I have no idea. I can't picture that. And then we would buy the house and then we'd flip it and be like, oh, that does look cool. And learning how to see things for what they could be rather than just what they are all the time. And so I like to pick every individual person, as in you are your own home structure, and say, oh, you've already got a lot of cool things going on. You have so much character and so much uniqueness. Let's leave this. Let's, accentuate these points, and let's diminish some of these issues. Let's correct a couple things. And just like flipping a home, there are always things underneath the real issues or root things where you're like, oh my gosh, we did not see that coming. But once they're fixed, even though it still feels horrible to lose money on something, or, where you didn't plan on something, that it's going to be better in the long run, rather than, we all know that taking those shortcuts really don't do us any good. So, and that's Americans, what we're kind of really good at doing sometimes is taking way too many shortcuts, and we hurt ourselves in the long run. So I think with that passion that I have behind what I do, I really need that to come across. And so sometimes 5 little-minute videos, unless I want to share one thing, isn't really going to work. I'd rather share on a daily basis with you guys. So I don't know if you have any ideas. I was thinking about vlogging thing, or I do lives. I respond to you guys more one-on-one. But it's if I'm trying to answer a question on Facebook, then I feel like it's 2 words, yes, no, or it's over a paragraph, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope that person understands everything I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to come up with something that might work a little bit better for me in my lifestyle, that I don't always care if I look absolutely amazing and beautiful and come across that way. Sometimes I want to come around like this. I'm just normal like you. I'm in a sweatshirt and a tank top, and you know what? I'm not out of the house yet, and I don't feel like putting on makeup. It's rainy out today, and I'm probably going to go play some volleyball later. And this is real life for me. And that's how I kind of want it to be, is that I don't want to come across any way that I'm really not. And I've gone through so much with my journey through food and dieting that what I really found, it was the mental side of the stuff I didn't want to deal with, that I thought I could just push away and manage, that when I actually finally dealt with the stuff that I needed to deal with, that's when my eating and my life got better when I realized, and it's whatever's calling to you. I knew for a long time that I did not have a good relationship with my birth father, and I needed to correct that. Now, I still don't spend a lot of time with him. I don't see him. He lives in Missouri, but I fixed that relationship. I did what I could with my brother and my mom, and even getting rid of some friends, choosing some new friends, making some different habits and lifestyle choices for myself. And not that I've done them all correct. Definitely not. And there have been times when I probably drank a little bit more alcohol than I should, and then other times where I thought it was evil, and it's not, but I wouldn't touch it because I was so obsessed with the fact that if I drank it, I would be like my birth father or become an alcoholic or an addict. But, a lot of times with food or anything else, just like money, money can be good or bad. It's what you're using it for. And same thing with your diet and stuff. And it's a lot of times we come through as of, I don't deserve this, or it's punishment, and like I'm going to make myself do something, rather than a freedom and out of love and not out of judgment from yourself or comparing yourself with others. So that makes a huge difference in what you're doing. And that's what I really came across when I was trying to lose weight. I needed to deal with a lot of emotional things in my life, or where I wasn't filling that void with food. All of a sudden these emotions and thoughts started surfacing, and I didn't know how to deal with them. And a couple times it made me turn back to bad habits and food or other things in my life, just even saying mean things to myself. Where in dealing with things like that, you say, no, I'm going to learn how to do yoga. I'm going to learn how to deal with these emotions. Because a lot of times, guys, these are things all of us have a past. We can be honest. Things that we have caused or things that have happened to us. And I could share a billion things with you, but we still have to learn how to deal with them or correct the things that people didn't do for us, or things that happened to us, that we have to learn how to deal with those emotions so that we can move on and correct our relationships. Maybe you have too much anger, maybe you have too much sadness or too much loneliness. There's emotions that we're experiencing that usually are a big indicator of what we do. We act upon emotions a lot of times. So if you typically find yourself doing something over and over again, you're usually doing it out of emotion. And correcting that when that comes to your mind, maybe you drink diet soda every single day because it's safe, it's comforting to you, and it's something tangible that you just don't want to let go of. But when you do, you're afraid of all these things that, you could miss it. What if it doesn't change anything? It was kind of your security blanket, per se, that once we remove that, it's going to be uncomfortable. So I want to be there for you guys through that and stuff. Picking diets, why to choose them, why not, macros. There's just so many things that go with everything that either I have to create a series of stuff, or, that's why I even just might need to do a book. But finding proper ways to share them in ways that I enjoy it, that it's just, I have to figure out who to send these videos to. I have to make up fancy covers just to get people to look at it. I am excited that you guys follow this, but I would like this to become a career or something into speaking. That I want ways that make me feel good as well, and also feel like I'm getting across to people better. So, I would like to share more on a daily to weekly basis of different things and addressing better questions. And maybe it's just doing series of videos, and I've just got to learn to let things go, write down your guys' notes as best I can, and keep trying to add them into videos. I might have to play around with this, but also I'm thinking about doing lives or getting on something more on a routine basis or doing something. The other option is like daily, but then making a different thing each day. Maybe it's like mind, body, spirit thing connection that I do each day of the week is a different thing, or 3 times a week, or whatever. And I don't know how often you guys want to tune in. Would you like hearing something daily? So it's motivational, inspirational, something you can turn on right in the morning and flip your attitude, something quick you'd like to go to bed, or just once a week a 10-minute video. Everybody's preference is a little bit different, and I do want to make a better connection with you guys. So I am debating if YouTube is something I really want to do. It just takes so much time and effort for me that it's really not an enjoyable process when I really, really want to share some really good information for you guys. But sometimes I think it gets altered because I'm trying to shove it into this tiny, pretty little video to make people pleased with it. And that's really not my goal. It's for more people to feel like this benefits you and actually changes you and helps you hit and maintain your goals. So that's what I'm thinking about. So I'm just going to experiment with a couple videos lately, see what you guys like, don't like. But yeah, comment on this video and let's maybe figure something out.